What's up, guys? Today on How Not to Be a Goomba. I actually didn't have anything I was going to talk about today. I was going to look up the benefits of honey and a few other statistics, but instead I got home, I checked my Facebook, and I found that someone got upset with something I posted and, well, something I shared. And it involved gaming now being a disorder. I'm not going to get into a massive debate on gaming. That's not the purpose of this video. But someone got genuinely offended and told me to educate myself because I used the word retarded. Now, I will say it again, retarded. Trigger warning. Oh my god. I'm gonna burn in hell because I said a word and I exercised my free speech, my First Amendment right. Now, yes, it is a strong word and it is offensive to some people, but quite frankly, I don't give a damn. Why should you? People have been saying offensive things since the dawn of time. If it was such a big deal to be offended, why does nobody actually do anything about bullied kids? Why does nobody actually stand up for the bullied kid? Everyone in school rallies behind the bullies and just makes the situation worse. How do you think we end up with school shootings? Hell, there were numerous occasions I tried to off myself. Now, granted, I didn't have a gun in the house, which thank God, otherwise I probably would have succeeded. And there were a couple different times my dog Tatanka saved my life because I went out in the backyard with a knife ready to, because I was sick of it. I was pushed to the point of nothing mattered. My mom was in her bad car wreck. My brother was fucked up. Everybody in school thought I was going to do nothing but be like my brother and be like my dad and be nothing but a freak, a pedophile, a rapist, and the worst human being ever conceived. That's what they thought. That's what people's parents were telling them. They all thought they knew me, but the couple of them that actually did all defended me whenever it actually came to it. Now, they didn't defend me all the time because I didn't need to be defended all the time. I grew up and I had a mouth on me. I was more than happy to make someone feel stupid for being stupid. And I had the vocabulary to do it. Now, was I walking around like a smartass 99.9% of the time? No. No, I was not. I was pretty quiet, actually. I kept to myself. I wanted to do my schoolwork, do my sports, and go home. Because I didn't like going to school. I didn't like the people because most of the people sucked. As you will find out if you have not already found out, most people suck. It's a hard lesson. And here's the thing. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words can never hurt me. Those are the rules. Those are the words I lived by. Those were the words that kept me sane through everything because never got physical. For whatever reason, there were a couple instances, but nothing serious. Whenever anything actually got physical, it was more on my end because I had gotten fed up with being called Little Hitler, being called every variation of short you can think of to add more of a derogatory term to it. Anything. Heard it all. Heard worse things come out of my mother's mouth than I ever heard in school, but my mom didn't cuss me. She was a good mom. When she cussed me out, I earned it. And I deserved it. And I bowed my head in shame because, yeah, I was a dumbass. But school was hard. And I eventually grew up. And hell, when puberty really kicked in my junior year and I put on 35, 40 pounds of solid muscle over a summer, everybody went from bullying me to scared of me. You say one wrong word to them and it'll fucking destroy you for, I mean, yeah, that wasn't the exact words, but it was more along the lines of you say one wrong thing to the guy and he'll whoop your ass. And that's never been farther from the truth. I have never started a single fight. Not one. There's not a single fight I have thrown the first punch, aside from sparring in my own house and with my friends, because that's different. Actually throwing a punch and starting a fight is something I don't do because, well, one, I am trained. I have trained. So while yes, I can walk around with like Mr. Big Dick on campus and throw my weight around if I really want to, there's no point in it. Why? Just why? I knew at the end of the day I was going to be something and I was going to do something with my life. And that's one of the things I kept telling myself. Screw these guys. I'm going to the military. There's not a goddamn thing anybody can do about it because I'm going to do what I want to do. Fuck you. So I stayed home. I stayed a good kid. I didn't get in trouble. And I went to the Navy and I did what I wanted to do. And when I got back, yeah, I kind of dicked off. I was a bum for a little while. I'm just now actually getting into another career. It's been 2.5 years. Well, yeah, coming on 2.5 years. Somewhere in there. Anyways, the point is, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. You can say the most horrendous things imaginable. I could call you a syphilis infected succubi, and what does that do to you? Now, some of you may not understand that, but look it up. Read. Increase your vocabulary. You will thank me for it. Now, granted, hopefully you understand that particular 3-word string of verbiage, but if you don't, well, shit, my bad. Anyways, it doesn't matter what anybody says to you, because as long as you react to a situation, you give them control. Me, I responded to the situation. I chose to respond with silence. Now, occasionally, I decide to pop off and shut them up with, well, intellect. And I just intentionally use I'd string together a very long sentence with very big words that I knew for a fact they didn't understand because blow me. So yeah, I wasn't liked. But I wasn't liked from the get-go, so I adopted the strategy. You already don't like me. You already don't care. So why the hell should I care anymore? And I want you guys to think about that for a second. Look at how many people are getting offended and upset. Gun laws, abortion, trigger warnings, dot, 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 dot. What does any of that actually do? Who has been hurt by being offended? Aside from the bullied kid who was pushed to the point of wanting to take their own life. Or go absolutely fucking psycho and murder the school, which was something I really wanted to do, but I wanted to go to the Navy more than go to jail, so hooray! I didn't go nuts. The point of this is words, it doesn't matter what anybody says to you, and it doesn't actually matter what anybody else thinks. All that matters to you is what you think and how you want to perceive things. Someone can say some very mean, very hateful things. Well, that just makes them stupid now, doesn't it? Why waste your time on such trivial matters? If someone wants to waste their time flaming you on the internet and carrying on and carrying on and carrying on, Fuck them. Ignore them. They're not worth your time. If I had responded or I had reacted to every single thing that was said to me, I probably would have actually gotten expelled because of my vocabulary and because, yeah, I had a mouth on me. My family's a bunch of bikers and military. I knew what all the cuss words were, and I knew far more colorful things to say than pretty much anybody in my class. And my few friends in my class all learned more colorful language from my mother because my mom's an awesome person who doesn't give a shit and speaks her mind. And that's what we need to remember is someone is speaking their mind. Why don't you speak your mind? But don't react to a situation and give your aggressor power. Why? Now, yes, if you check Facebook, the thing I'm actually talking about on my Facebook, you'll see that I put a very long response to it. And there's no malice. I hope she's doing well. Yes, I am educating myself in more ways than I can imagine. I study every day different topics, sciences, research, meditation, good health, good learning, the thought processes of the mind, how to improve on such things. Do I study as much as I'd like to? No, I actually don't. I'm trying to break away from technology as much as I have grown attached to it because I kind of had a problem with it for a long time. And not that I had a problem with it, I said that wrong. It was my escape, it was my drug, it was how I coped with the world. I loved violent video games, and I still do. Anybody who knows me knows I played Devil May Cry, League of Legends, Final Fantasy, RPGs. Never been a first person shooter fan, but anything if we got some violence, we got some challenge and some mechanical skill, I'm game. Heck, the next time I actually decide to game, I'm going through the Heaven and Hell arc of Devil May Cry, or the DMC. And I say DMC instead of Devil May Cry 5 or whatever, wherever that one actually falls, because it's when the ownership changed and the whole storyline changed and blah, blah. Not a topic for this. I actually don't have a dip it, but I had a dip it. I have some stringy nastiness still stuck in my teeth. But the main point of this video is words are power, yes. You can say many things and be very hurtful and very evil, but it is your choice to be hurt by them. There are very few things that eventually got to me. And it's not that any one thing in particular got to me. It was literally a day in, day out sea of things just constantly, constantly, constantly. Then a year and a half of just finally, I'm tired of your shit. And I'd blow up. Someone get slammed against the locker, someone get pegged in the face with a stinger or, a soccer ball straight to the nose, whatever the case was, however it worked out. Even at that, I never actually punched anybody in the face. I went for a restraint. I wanted them to understand that I am asserting my dominance upon you and taking control of the situation because I was tired of their shit and I wanted them to understand that I was tired of their shit. So my common thing was going for the throat. Is it something I'm necessarily proud of? Eh, I can't say it's necessarily a good habit, but it looked better than a bloodied face. You you lose your air for a few seconds and then you get let go. Versus if I start swinging and pissed off bullied kid starts swinging, doesn't stop swinging and beats the living crap out of somebody. No, that's a bad day. So I didn't want to do that. Nowadays, to actually say something to offend me, I'll give you a medal. The only way you're actually going to piss me off with words is if you threaten my family. And there's a big difference between saying something that's offensive and threatening. I'm sure you can understand the difference. Now, not some idle threat. There's lots of things going around now and in social media and just stuff that are threats. No, those aren't threats. If I tell you I'm going to take your life if you don't stop action A or B, that is a threat. Oh man, you're full of shit. I'm gonna beat your ass. Run. Is not a threat. That's someone just talking shit. Puff up at them and actually cock back. They ain't gonna do shit. Now, obviously, cocking back and starting a fight's not your best bet. That's how you go to jail, especially in today's world. I know I can't start a fight nowadays. Especially I'm ex-Navy, and that really has very little to do with it. Everyone just kind of assumes I know a lot because I'm ex-Navy. Now, if I was Marines, and I kind of laugh at Marines, though I've done more training than most Marines in hand-to-hand combat, but I've trained a lot in hand-to-hand combat. Most Navy don't have a lot of experience in hand-to-hand combat. Yes, they have their basic training in how to restrain somebody and your locks and different things, but they're on a ship. They don't have the extensive combat training of, say, your Army, your Marines, your Spec Ops, obviously, and you have your choice few within the Navy that have more training through SRF Alpha, SRF Bravo, blah 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 blah. I'm not actually getting into the logistics of all of that. SRF Bravo is a mandatory thing. Just saying. Anyways, words are words. Everyone has a right to speak their mind. It is your choice whether or not you want to give them power. If they're saying something you truly don't believe in, don't even give them the power. Don't even dignify them with a response. Don't get upset. Don't get triggered. Don't get offended. Just walk away. They're not worth your time. Someone's truly trying to get under your skin on a personal level, and it's someone you're personally affiliated with and it's your friend, obviously you need to sit down with that person and have a discussion about what the hell is actually going on. But not actually get in some big blown up fight where both parties are going to be like, shit, what the hell did I just do? Why did we just do that? Tensions build. That's what happens in life. Everyone's stressed. We live in this fast paced world that's advancing rapidly all the time. So, yeah, everyone's stressed. We're all worker bees, for Christ's sake. So yeah, if someone likes to be sarcastic, let them be sarcastic. They're not being an asshole. They're just it's just how they talk. I cuss a lot. I cuss far less than I used to. When I was in the Navy, fuck was my favorite word. Every fucking other fucking word. Because yeah, there was a lot of dumb shit. And the use of the word fuck was fucking necessary. But guess what? It's a word. What is the difference between fuck, dog, and bitch? Or hell, let's go with something a little more derogatory. Let's see. Thinking of a word in and of itself that is derogatory. Sure, nigger. Let's go with nigger. Now, Most black people will get offended at said word. I'm Native American. I have no problem with black people. I have met more white niggers than black niggers because nigger means ignorant. And if you want to get to the true definition of who were the biggest niggers in American history, it was the Native Americans. Because if they had had the chance to learn what the white man was and they knew prior, we wouldn't be here. Point blank. They were genocided and eradicated and pushed from their lands by the white man. Now, how many Native Americans do you see on a day-to-day basis getting pissed off? Hell, let's go with the Irish. The Irish were treated way worse. And hell, let's look at the country of Africa. They were sold into slavery by their own people. Now, has everything I've said in this last couple sentences been offensive? Sure, let's go with it. Let's say I've been offensive. But at what point do my words actually hurt you? At what point has anything I have actually said caused you physical harm? Or have you made a choice to be upset by a word? Sounds silly, doesn't it? Giving so much power to a word. A word created by the human mind and spoken through our language. There are so many words in the dictionary. Yet we pick a few that are offensive and give them so much power. Yet there's so many more monstrously derogatory terms within the dictionary that most people don't even understand or know exist, that it's sad. But the point is, love yourselves. Don't be afraid of a word. Okay, someone said something mean. Who cares? Anybody speaking ill or actually being mean to be mean is useless. They're just useless. They're never going to better themselves. They're never going to raise their vibration because they're in a low vibration themselves. Remember that law of vibration, that law of attraction? Karma. Good begets good, bad begets bad. All those things are the laws of the universe. They work, I promise. Just follow them. Be a good person, others will be good to you. If you're a dick, you're gonna get dicked. It's the way it works. But I've yammered on long enough. Love you guys. Remember, don't be offended. They're just words. Try to understand the perspective of the person you're talking to before you actually want to be offended. If someone is actually being a white supremacist, bigoted asshole, and I mean skin-headed, not neo-Nazi asshole, yeah, no, they deserve to be shot because shit's wrong. If someone says they don't like transgenders because, or someone says they don't want to sleep with a transgendered woman as a man, okay, I don't. I own a fake pussy. I don't want to go find fake pussy. I'm pretty sure most women don't want to sleep with, most straight women, I should say, not pansexual, not dot, don't want to sleep with transgendered men because it's only a 2-inch dick. That's not a lot. And to others, everyone to each your own. But guess what? I'm entitled to my own opinion, and so are you. Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. It's called freedom of speech and freedom of expression. It's called being human. We're different. Everyone is different. But I'm rambling. Like, share, subscribe. Love you. If you want to talk, message me. Doesn't matter what about, just message me. All right. Peace out, y'all.